What's good, my dudes? Welcome to the Local Tea Podcast. My name is Kirby, and I am currently joined by resident meme enthusiast, Cody. How you doing, Cody?
Hey everyone, how you all doing?
Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know, because it's like the first episode, we are basically asking some questions regarding cosplay to make it more accessible to like, the local community and stuff. So I have my first guest. Oh my God. I have my first guest here right now. His name is Cody, and mostly well known for Endeavor, I think. But yeah, let's get in some questions, and we'll see how we go. So, Cody, if you could like
You
introduce
forgot to
yourself real quick.
introduce my cat.
What?
You forgot to introduce my cat. My cat is
Oh,
joining the question too.
oh, sorry, sorry. Please go ahead and introduce your cats. Go ahead.
Toto, say hi. Okay, she bit me instead. My cat bit me. All right. What a great way to start the
Yes,
question.
she is not a fan of podcasts, I think, man. Okay, anyways, before we get too distracted here, tell us about yourself. Just a quick like introduction. Go ahead.
So what's going on, guys? It's Cody here. Basically known as the only person who ever has ever done Endeavor and All Might at the same time.
Yeah, true. I don't think I've
Been
seen any.
compete
Yeah, sorry, I don't think I've ever seen any other endeavors in Bacolod. Have you? I don't think so, right?
or in the Philippines ever.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh, well, that's good. You have like your own specialty there, Mr. Endeavor. But all right, let's get into like the nitty-gritty here. Okay, I had to ask this, like, what made you decide to start cosplaying? Like, because I'm sure you were an anime fan before, but what made you think I need to look like this guy on fire with daddy issues? What made you do that?
Actually, the Endeavor was actually not my idea. Someone actually helped me out with the idea because I got stumped one time because I didn't know what to do, what to cosplay for a month. I wanted to compete, but I had no idea what to do. So I asked my friend, well, acquaintance, because we're no longer kind of friends.
Mm,
I asked my acquaintance what to do, and then he said, "You should do Endeavor." And that's how it all started.
all right. Would you say he was your first character?
He was my first serious character.
So what was
Like
like
he was the
your
first one I actually took seriously.
Oh. So what would you say, or who would you say rather, was like your first, I guess, technical first character? Who would that be?
That would be Jin from Grand Chase. Jin Kyan from Grand Chase. Like I was so addicted to the game, and I said, "I'm gonna do Jin."
All right, all
That
right.
was actually the first time I competed, and the first time I actually won something as a cosplay.
Nice, nice. All right. Did you also win with like your endeavor with your competition there, or how did it go?
Yeah, Iloilo. I won. I brought Endeavor to Iloilo, and I won second place. Well, of course, Endeavor can't win first because he's the second hero.
Well, not anymore. He's like number one, I think, but he's also having
He's
issues.
he's number one.
Oh,
He's number one the manga.
dude, no manga spoilers, otherwise we're gonna get a lot of hate, so be careful.
Who, who gives it? Who cares?
Hey, hey, hey,
If we spoil, it's fine.
hey, let's make this child friendly. No swearing, all right? We are a Christian channel.
You can just bleep this out. You can bleep this out.
How dare you give me more work? Okay, just kidding, man. All right.
You're welcome.
Okay, all right.
You're welcome.
Regarding your costumes, by the way, do you like craft your own costume, or do you like ask somebody to craft it for you, or do you just buy it online? Like, what's your like MO?
Most of my costumes are actually handmade. The Endeavor one, I had it made.
All right.
The first one, that was actually the first one I had made. Then when it came to the Million and All Might, I actually did that myself.
Sweet.
I had to do it for myself because it's easier to do it myself. But how wrong, how wrong I was, especially with the portable sewing machine. Uh, then the next costume that I'm having made, the second time I'm actually having one made is Seth from League of Legends.
All right.
All other costumes that are in my cabinet are all handmade.
Would you say it's more satisfying to create your own costume or compared to like, getting someone else's suit or just buying it? Would you say it's more satisfying to see you know, your skills being used to create a costume? Or what do you think of that?
Everyone has their own niche and mash. If they feel satisfactory with buying their own costumes, then more power to them. If people want to put in the extra effort and then make their own costume, then more power to them. Uh, I
Right.
can't I can't judge a person whether they want to or not. But personally, it feels great making your own costume, no matter how terrible it looks or how good it looks. It's your work and it's your craft, and no one can take that away from you.
All right. That's actually a really interesting answer because it kind of leads to my other question here, which is basically I'm sure you're the aware that there's like some kind of stigma where some cosplayers, I wouldn't say they're like the best cosplayers, but they tend to look down on people who, like for example, right? If I would have just bought my own costume online because like I don't know, I don't have time to like, craft it and stuff like that. Some cosplayers would just look at me and like, you're not a real cosplayer, you just bought your own stuff and something like that. But would you say that's like a right way of thinking? Because I think cosplay is a cosplay, right? What do you think of that?
Personally speaking, who cares? If you're satisfied with what you have, then go for it. If you're not, then you or anyone else do not have the right to judge. I mean, if they have the money to buy the costume, then go ahead. Wow, yeah, they have money. But
Right.
if people want to create the effort of making their own costume, then more power to them.
There you go. That's really nice answer, man. Because I'm not sure if you also noticed, but these same people I'm talking about, they will praise you for crafting your costume, but only if it looks good, right? They will also still look
Yep.
down on you, even if you craft it yourself, but then it doesn't look like the best. Have you seen that happen too, or your thoughts on that?
Ah, it happened to me. It happened to me. During
Really?
the day, during the time I actually made Midoriya, the first time I made Midoriya, it was incomplete. It was
Mm,
incomplete, like very
mm,
incomplete. But when I actually redid it, uh, they were commenting because I know it looks terrible, but like they're commenting saying Midoriya hasn't made it to adulthood yet. Why are you already predicting this and that?
that's kind of a bad way. You're not really predicting it. That's another thing I should also ask about. Like, there does seem to be this I guess stereotype wherein you should only costume or cosplay what is like your in your body shape. Like for example, if I'm very small, I'm very thin and like very lean, right? So they would expect me to cosplay something like I don't know, like a leaner character, like Flame of Wreck, Wrecker Flame of Wreck or something like that. Not All Might, right? So, but some people still think that you should only cosplay All Might if you look good as All Might. Is that fair for you, or should that really be like should they really
Whoever
stop
gives
there?
that idea, whoever gave that idea off, just I would always say damn them, because cosplay is for everyone.
Yeah,
I don't care what your body type is. So I don't care what skin color you have. As long as you know what you're doing, and if you give justice to your character, then good for you.
there
If you
you
know
go.
the character and if you want to bring it out, then go. I'm not stopping you. The only time I'll actually stop you is that
Mm,
it's not for that character. What I mean by not for that character is that example you're bringing out something that's not allowed for that character. Say for example,
mm,
let's say this character is let's say this character is a minor, right? This character
yeah,
is a minor.
yeah,
If you can't differentiate fact or fiction, then from fact or fiction, then number one, there's a problem with you. There's 100% a problem with you. You can't understand the difference between that. People have their own right to do that, but when you bring out that character into a field, then that's where I'm drawing out.
yeah. There you go. And I don't think it's also I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, right? To okay, like let's say for example, let's take for example real quick Naruto and Naruto Shippuden, right? Though that anime basically has like a younger version and an older version of their characters, right? Like there's like a post time skip version. For animes like My Hero, for example, right? There's no time skip yet. There's no like visible like they like really grew up or that kind of stuff. Would you still say it's
Not yet.
okay to cosplay an anime like that with a uh time skip version of their character, or would that be not doing
100%,
them
yeah.
justice? Oh,
100%. It's okay. If you really want to portray your character, again, that's also a part in costume and cosplay. You portray a character in your own image, but then again, just don't do anything stupid with it. But you're portraying your character as someone older, someone younger, or someone in an old age, then by all means go. Just don't do anything that can probably ruin the character for other people.
yeah, nothing like sexually suggestive or something like that, because that's like,
Aside from sexually suggestive, like
mm,
making things political about the character, like
yeah.
you're trying the character is just a character for entertainment, but why bother making it very political about it?
All right, sweet.
That's
So,
that's kind that's kind of why I hate the community. The community is that when things get political, like we're just here to have fun. Who cares about politics or religion or whatnot? If you're happy with what you got, then go ahead. You're happy. I'm
yeah,
not gonna judge you, but
there does seem to be a
what's the
stigma
point?
as well where if you plan on cosplaying somebody or like whatever character it is, right, you have to be like 100% correct or you're not doing them justice. There does seem to be a stigma like that. Oh,
Even if you do manage to get them 100% correct, there is also a stigma that there's also a stigma that you have to that even though you do it correctly, there's still a possibility that they'll get mad at you for overdoing it.
yeah, you really can't win unless you just have fun, can you?
Yep.
All right, all right.
I mean,
Well,
look at my endeavor. I bring so much justice to what the character is and what the character isn't. I understand his boundaries and I know what he is as a person. I read everything about Endeavor, including his family past and background. And I'm not gonna lie, his mom's hot. But uh,
oh,
even with that knowledge, and even though with that, people will still hate you for it because they find it annoying.
okay. I think we're going a little bit too negative here. Let's try to like say something positive here for a bit. Okay. Would you are your parents like supportive of your cosplay or do they find it weird like most Asian people do? Well, Filipino people rather.
First time they found it weird because I stole their curtain. So that's the first time.
Why did you steal their curtain?
First time the first because I wanted to make a costume, and the curtains was spandex.
Understandable. That's very nice material and also kind of pricey. All right, good choice.
It was spandex, and I wanted to make Mirio, so I stole the curtain and then went out my merry way.
But now they are supportive of you, right? Now they are.
Yeah, they supported me. Not when they figured out how much I compete. Then yeah, that's how I supported me.
Nice, nice.
I went to. I mean, you already know. You were there with me. You know how far I'm willing to go just to compete. I mean, you and I made it all the way to Cebu just
Yeah,
to compete.
that's true. And then you punched the stage so hard, your fist bled. That happened, right?
Yes, yes. I mean, the scar is still here, but yeah.
Oh well, at least you won. We both did win that one. That was kind of fun. That was actually like my first competition. If
Oh
you
no, we
consider,
didn't. We didn't win. We
oh
didn't win. We didn't win.
oh well,
It was Chelsea that won.
oh that was the other one. Right, right, right. All right, well, good memory still, you know. But okay, I can understand probably you also have like in your own circle of friends a bunch of people who are not really like anime fans, I think. Do you get like negative feedback from, let's say, non-cosplayers? Would you get like negative feedback from them because of what you do?
Not really. All the only thing that they normally say is Yamete Kudasai every time. It's either that or it's either that or the Zawardo. Even they're not anime fans, they don't even understand what that means. They will always say Zawardo every single time I'm around.
It's just a meme though for them, right?
Yeah, it's just a meme. They don't understand what it is.
Okay. I
So Obi.
imagine I imagine with you portraying your characters like a lot of times, have there been like any moments wherein you're not in character, but or sorry, you're not in costume, but you stay in character and it caused you some trouble, locally or something? Has that ever happened to you?
100%. 100%. That happened a bunch of times. Especially while I was in Iloilo. Especially that I'm known as Endeavor. I yelled Shoto at
Oh,
SM Iloilo. It was fun.
yeah,
Both I did it. I both did it as a dare and just for fun. 'Cause why not?
yeah, I think I heard of that. You're pretty notorious for shouting Shoto for no reason, I'll say.
Yes. But now because I got responsibilities and my voice is actually I got a problem with my throat now. I can't do that as often as I could before. But yeah.
It's alright, man. Your video still lives in my editing, if you can remember.
Yep.
Okay, next question here, real quick. Do you get any kind of feedback? I mean, it's good that you're not getting any kind of negative feedback from your like non-cosplayer fans. That's like really good news for you there, right? But do you get any kind of feedback from them at all with your costumes, with like your characters? Like, do they say you portray them really well, or do you like some improvement from them from a non-cosplayer? I mean, you know?
From a non-cosplayer, they would ask me, "Who the hell am I cosplaying?" And then every time I answer them, they would automatically assume someone else. That's pretty much it. Like, example, if I'm cosplaying Endeavor,
Yeah.
or let's say All Might. Let's just say All Might.
Mm.
Let's just say All Might.
Oh
One
yeah.
time,
Sorry.
instead of getting called All Might, they called me
So,
Naruto. Like
oh, I thought you
Naruto.
I thought you were gonna say they called you Son Goku, which I can also see that happening.
No, they called me Son Goku when I was cosplaying Endeavor.
Oh my God. Well, you can't really blame them.
Even when I cosplayed Mirio, when I cosplayed Mirio, uh,
Yeah.
I cosplayed Mirio. They called me Superman.
Well, he does have a cape.
He does have a cape and he has a 1 million. But that shouldn't count. That shouldn't count.
So I
Doesn't mean a person has a cape. That doesn't mean a person has a cape. A red cape doesn't mean he's Superman.
true, but it is, you can't really blame them. That's like what they're more used to, I guess. So
Yeah, that's what they're more exposed to.
exactly. So I guess based on your answer, when it comes to feedback, I guess you get more feedback from cosplayers in general and not non-cosplayers, right? What kind of feedback do you get from
Yeah,
those
generally
people?
from the non-cosplayers.
From the cosplayers.
Hmm.
Is it mostly like positive or negative, if you don't mind me asking?
For the people that dislike me, it
Mm,
would either be negative. But there are some people who, well, I'm not only known here at Bacolod, they know me outside of Bacolod too.
yeah, you have been traveling a lot from what I know, right?
Yeah. Aside from traveling a lot, I'm being known a lot because of my shenanigans on Facebook.
Yes, there are a lot of them, and I'm glad to have edited one of them. I'm very proud of my work
Yeah.
there.
Especially like people from I'm like literally my name is getting out there,
Hmm.
uh, especially in Manila.
Is it in a bad way, would you say?
No, they saw the video where I lifted Drefan and I
Oh, that
squatted
one.
him.
Well, I guess that
They
can
they
cause.
saw that video
Sorry, go ahead.
and then they were so surprised that I managed to lift Drefan. They're already asking me what's my workout routine. What do I do? Why am I so strong? And shit like stuff like that. They're already asking me that. And I'm like,
All right, so
and people are asking me, why are you so close to Drefan? Right?
mm,
Same. Well,
Right,
I've
right.
known Refan since Iloilo. I've known Refan since he was a judge at Iloilo.
Speaking of that, by the way, you were also a judge, right? Back in like Salai, when we
Yeah.
made a cosplay event. Like, what's the
Yeah, they had a
difference?
cosplay event in Salai.
Yeah, I was th
I was one of their judges.
yeah, and I was there too, being the troll Elizabeth from Gintama.
Yeah, one of these things just not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong.
Now, okay, the reason I bring that up, by the way, is like, what's the difference? Like, of course, you've already been like on the side of being a competitor, right? You know what you got to do to like, attract the judges' attention, to like, portray your character. What's it like being on the other side of that, though, being the judge?
You gotta find out which one is taking their costume seriously or not. Being the competitor is like the thrill of the stage, but now being on the other side is like totally different. Like you just want whenever someone does something wrong, you just want to go up there and then prove them wrong, like prove where they're wrong, but you can't because you're a judge. You just have to score them.
True, true. That is right. I see where you're coming from, man. Okay, okay, one of like the last questions, I guess, for this one here. Considering you get a lot of like, feedback, both positive and negative, right? Um, how do you like, continue like despite all the bad stuff that happens, I've been there myself. There's like been a lot of like bad feedback in the cosplay in general, right? So despite all of that, like what makes you say I can keep doing this, I'm gonna keep cosplaying? Like how do you like, I guess, persevere for lack of a better word?
Recently, I actually have a screenshot here. One of my idols. Actually, no, not just one of my idols. It's two of my idols. JM, Sir JM, and the Fun. Um, they're the ones that gave me the inspiration to keep going, especially with what they say, because I talk to them. I talk to these people, and they give me the idea and inspiration. Especially last Cebu, I talked with Dr. Rosa back then. Very, 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 very nice. Um, Even with all the negativity and everything, everyone would give me the same answers, like just do you, and in the end you'll find your actual spot in the cosplay community and you'll be remembered for it. No matter what you do or whatever you actually want to do, then go ahead.
Nice, nice. That's very good advice, from what I can tell here. But okay, that's their advice, right? But okay, if I had to ask you, if take for example, I'm a non-cosplayer or I'm somebody interested in that art, right? I have like zero experience, but I'm very passionate about anime and I want to try my hand at cosplaying. How would you like explain, or like how would you, I guess, recruit, if you will, another cosplayer, despite all the bad stuff that happens around? Like, how would you, get me on the hook or something like that?
How would I Normally, I would just say if you won't know until you try, but nowadays it's kind of hard, especially with things going around. It's kind of hard, but what I would normally tell the people, so what I normally would say is that trust me, I'll be with you. If you're a new person and you would rely on me, then I would give you my best. I would give you whatever you need. I would help you out until the very end. I can't leave a person behind. I don't leave a person behind. Especially if you're a new person and then I just leave you out there. What kind of a person am I? I'm supposed to be your guide. If
Right,
I
right.
if I say if I say yeah, you can cosplay, go do whatever you want, blah blah blah. It's not really motivating like you think it would be.
Right,
If you
right.
want someone to, or if you're trying to make someone join, if you're trying to make someone join, then you have to you have to guide them, you have to help them out because if you don't, then What's the point of bringing them there in the first place?
That's true. And you are so playing League right now, aren't you?
Yeah, I am. What do you expect?
Yeah.
It's day off
Okay.
tomorrow, so I'm taking all my time in the world.
All right, last question here,
Excuse
man,
me.
for this session. Thanks, man, for your time in advance. But okay, this one might be a bit of a doozy. Try not to name any names because of, but you personally, I don't want to like influence your way of thinking about this, but personally, what do you think about like the local community of cosplayers around these parts?
As of now,
Well, in general, I would say in general.
mm,
Okay, let me make it easier for you then. Like, what do you think of the local community of cosplayers, right? And how it's like progressed through the years that you've been a part of the community.
mhm.
Would that be too much of a question, man? I'm sorry.
No, no, no. Trying to think of the right words because it's
All right.
kind of hard to answer. It's really
That
kind of hard to answer, especially with everything going on. It's
true.
kind of hard,
It's kind of hard to be politically
especially
correct, I
with
guess. Oh,
oh, excuse me, hold on.
that's okay,
There we go.
man. Yeah.
Especially now with the issues of everything. Not just the issues, even just petty problems they
Hmm.
would make fun of.
Okay. So,
Like,
um,
all right, I'm going to give my
go.
unbiased opinion, I guess. Uh, Truth be told, I don't really know what's going on in the community anymore. I really, really don't. As much as I really want to answer it, I really don't know what to say. All I can see is that people are having issues left and right. Whatever they are doing, they do. I
Hmm.
won't judge them. I can't judge them. I shouldn't judge them. Like the community now here in Bacolod is still the same as I remember it. Toxic people there, loving people there. Work with this, work with that.
Hmm.
An issue with that person, fight with that person. This guy is good. This guy is cool. Give him a thumbs up. Give him a thumbs down. It's still kind of the same that as I remember it to be, but with just a little bit of sparklings of one or two extra issues.
Hmm. All right. Well,
People are arguing about people are arguing about uh, nowadays are either about LGBT or money in the Coscomm, but that's a topic for another day.
yeah, yeah. All right. So, well, I guess, but just not like the best kind of community, I guess. So we'll just leave it at that. No need to get too deep into
Basically,
that. Yeah, yeah. No problem. But yeah,
because if we do, it's gonna make us look like a bad person. So
that's true. Let's just leave it at
rather
that.
rather rather than going deeper into that, just leave it as it is, and then let's just see what happens. If it dies, it dies. If it goes on, then it goes on.
Of course, we don't really want to like, as they say, disturb the hornet's nest. Just leave it at that, I guess. But yeah, I'd like to say, man, thanks for answering my questions. Okay, I do have one personal question though. Like, how do I say this? Well, actually, no, let's make it simple. What is like if it's okay to spoil, like what is your latest planned cosplay or what you have in the works?
Well, as you can definitely see on my Facebook timeline, that I am working out hard. I am working out. I'm training. If you can remember how I was and how I looked like uh, the last time we met physically without any masks on and dealing with the COVID, if you could remember that, I was overweight. If you can remember that,
Yes, when you made them bacon fries, yes, I do.
yes. Compare that to now, right? You can see the clear difference as to how I look then and how I look now, right?
Would you say cosplay was like your motivation for the workout ethic?
Yes. Oh well, secondary reason because first reason I had a heart attack,
Ooh.
so I had to cosplay. I had to work out.
All right, man. Well, I think we like,
So I, I
we
was
like already
overweight.
like.
So
Go ahead. Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
it's okay. So that's actually the first hint of what I'm doing. That's why I'm working out to reach a certain character. I'm actually there are four people that I'm really after for this year. Four people that I'm really going to cosplay for this year.
All right.
First one is Set from League of Legends. Set.
Did you know
Second
Dio's
one is
voice
Vegeta.
actor in Japan is the same guy as Seth's?
Exactly.
All right, sorry,
Exactly.
man.
Actually, that's the third one. I'm actually about to do Dio this time. I'm actually going to do Dio. I've been requested so many times because I made a poll. I made a poll that who should I bring as my next character, but it has to be a villain. So I made a poll. A lot of them requested Dio. Second one was Diablo, but majority of it was Dio. So I'm putting Dio in the works. Last but not least, last but not least, it's actually Superman. I've always wanted to do Superman for a very long time. Ever since I first heard of wearing a costume, I've always wanted to do Superman.
Well, you do have the cape.
Shut up! Shut up!
All right, man.
Don't judge the meteors, senor.
All right, man. Well, again, thanks for your time here. We took a lot of your time, I think, today, but thanks for answering my questions. If you have anything you want
I
to
mean,
plug,
it's
go ahead.
I mean it's okay because like it's day off tomorrow and I work at a new place now, so it's my day off tomorrow and uh, I'm planning to spend all night play League. I deserve I deserve this session off.
Do you want to like plug your cell phone store?
Hmm?
Do you want to like advertise your cell phone store? It's your perfect opportunity to do it right now, you know.
Nah, it's okay. Once I open my actual branch without dealing with the business partner, then I would. But for now, let's keep it as it is since I work at the new area.
True. All right, man. Well,
I work in a new area, so
that's gonna be it for me then. All right. So again, you guys, again, this has been
go ahead.
Kirby for the Local Tea Podcast. You joined us here with Cody, resident meme enthusiast. All right. We'll catch you next time on the next episode. All right. Hey, Cody, say goodbye and say
In the next episode of Local Tea Episode. In
make your cat
the
say
next
goodbye.
episode of Dragon Ball's Tea.
Hey, make your cat say goodbye.
Neko! Ah, she bit me again!